Good morning, everyone. It's 10 o'clock. Today is catalog order day. So about, if you're on the East Coast, 2 o'clock this afternoon, if all goes well, we should be able to start placing our orders. And so hopefully we'll crash the system because I know there's a lot of excitement going around about this catalog. But I just wanted to... I don't even know if anybody's up yet, but if you're there, grab your coffee or whatever your morning beverage is, tea or whatever, and get your catalog if you have one in place. If not, I'll be walking you through some highlights of the catalog and showing you some of the stamp sets that I have been working with that I picked up in pre-order, and I've been working with them, and so I'll show you a few things that I've made, and I'll give you some pointers on where to go with the catalog and find things. And so I had mine bound for, this is the first time I've actually gotten able to do this, so I had mine bound at Staples, and so hopefully this one I will put all my notes and everything in, because that's kind of nice to be able to do. Beautiful cover, and so it tells you right on the very first cover, if I could put this up here so you'll see it. Inspire, create, share. And so that's our motto at Projects and Products for Everyone. It shows you the page number to go to. Make something that means something, page 3, and gather with family and friends to share, 186. So anyway, so it's really nice the way the catalog is laid out. There are the suites here on this is, it's beautiful, isn't it? We have 2 new machines that'll be coming out. They are not available yet, but they will be coming out later in the year. There's this embossing machine, which is looks like it to be like the normal size of our Sizzix machines that we could get now. And then this is a mini stamper and emboss machine, so you could take it on the road with you, or easier to travel, or if you have a small space, this would be great, or for an extra embossing machine for a class. And then of course the Stamparatus, if you're not familiar with that, if you make multiples of a card, or there's some tricky stamps, it's perfect for that, because you could put your there's plates that go on here. You can put all your stamps on here and ink it, and if it doesn't ink right the first time, or it's not dark enough, you want it darker, you can re-ink it and it'll go back to the same place. And then of course our wonderful paper trimmer, which if you haven't used that, it's really nice, good quality, and it's lightweight, easy to have on your desktop. It doesn't take up too much room. And then of course our punches, and we have this new punch, which I will demonstrate that for you. I did a card with it last night, but then using that, but the punches are really nice. So anyway, and one of the greatest things about the catalog is the number of ideas that you could get just looking at the cards and everything that's here and how they've been done. I know for me it inspires me to do other things, so I'm sure it's just nice when you're like, okay, I really like that, but I'm not sure what I can do with it. There are other than talking to your demonstrator, there are lots of things in the catalog to inspire you of ways to use it that you might not have thought about. Anyway, so that's that. And then our welcome page, and this would just stamp it up. And one of the things about this that I like at this page, just on page 3, is throughout the catalog, it highlights things and different ways, different techniques, markering and stamping off, and 2-step stamping, pattern building. Anyway, so it gives you the page number. So if you're interested in learning something new, or to see how something is done on one of your play types, that you could go here and try it. Of course, you could always talk to your demonstrator. I'd be happy to help you with anything. And if I don't know, I'll find out. I've looked at this page. I was just like the colors, the textures. I'm a big texture person. I like texture and layer and some layers and stuff. So this is just really, really, really pretty for me. And of course, that it talks about our punches and our dies. There's a new punch, which looks like a postage stamp, but there's a set that you could get to make like your love stamps that looks like that. But I really like this. It's on my list to order. My list is really long. understandably, but I've got to, I got to start somewhere. So this is on my list, but it's not one of my top ones. But I really like anything that's a little bit different. So that'll be cool. So the dies just give you a lot more options. You can make beautiful cards without dies, but it's a really nice option if you have the availability to be able to do it. And so the other thing that I really like is this particular page on page 6 and 7 of the catalog. It goes and talks about our all-inclusive kits, our and those sorts of things, like Paper Pumpkin, which is a monthly subscription service. For those who aren't familiar with it, I'm a big proponent of Paper Pumpkin. It's how I got started, and I still get it every month, and I'm just as excited to get it. I don't always do everything that's in there, because I've told this story before, because I save it for when someone comes, or if someone's interested in stamping, doesn't know, doesn't really understand it, because I don't know about you, but for me, the first time I heard about it, I'm like, what? And so now, of course, I love it, of course. But the kits, if you really just want to make some cards and experience it without a huge investment in the beginning to see if you like it, or to give it as a gift, then we have all-inclusive kits. And so some of these, all of them are really gorgeous, but the Simply Citrus one is all-inclusive, and you can make 15 cards with it. And it's $32, but it comes with a little stamp set, which is, who doesn't like lemonades? I have lemonade in my kitchen right now, in my refrigerator. But anyway, it's all-inclusive. And then we have this one down here, which is, it's called Looking Up, but it has balloons, and it's airplanes, and it's all-inclusive as well, of 15 cards. So I love that they are talking about these options, and they're putting them all in one place. And you'll see when you go through the catalog, the other thing is they highlight anything that's new with an N and a starburst. So this is Gorgeous Posies, which is a project kit, and it makes 16 cards. So it comes with all of these things to make the cards. This particular one doesn't have a die set with it, but it's all inclusive. So it has ribbons and punch outs and stickies and stuff like that to make these cards, which are really beautiful, actually. So the kit will make 16 cards. But if you are interested in stamping, then you could just purchase this Gorgeous Posies stamp set. It has and then it shows you what colors of ink and other things that you would need to purchase to be able to replicate that to some degree. And the boho indigo, I love those colors. I've done a lot of dyeing with indigo, which is a deep, deep blue color. And I love this one. I could see so many things that you could do with it. But it's a product medley, so you could order different aspects of it. So you could buy just the refill kit, but it makes all these different things. It has dies in it. These are the dies, but it also has, I'm looking to see, it has dies. I'm not seeing stamps though. I was looking for that earlier. But yeah, it has dies, the dies will cut out these beautiful little vases, which are nice. Okay, flowers for every season. So we get into our first suite, big suite. And so I have some pieces of it. The sunflowers are one. The jar of flowers, so how it works with a suite, you can purchase everything that's pictured in one, if you bought the entire suite. So for example, this, which is a lot of stuff actually, it comes with all of this paper, and it comes with the jars, it comes with the sunflowers, it comes with some sequins and some ribbons, and it's some envelopes. And so if you bought everything, which is one of everything listed here, it's $180.50. Or you could just buy the jar flower set, and they're separately listed on other pages. The sunflowers and the flowers for every season, memories, and more. And so if you watch one of my videos, you probably remember me talking about memories and more card packs, which I'll get to. So this is the sunflowers. Let's see if there's another place. Okay, so the sunflowers will punch over here. So here, now they go into the individual individual pieces of it. So there's a jar of flowers bundle. So you save 10% when you buy a bundle, and so you get the jar of flowers, stamp set, and the punch. So there's a separate little punch. Is that jar cute? Someone will probably come up with some critter that we could make using that. You know, there's so many really talented people, and they look at these punches and they see something different than maybe we would see right off the bat. And then after they show us what we can make from it, then we can't see the jar anymore. All we see is that critter. But anyway, so that's a funny thing. But anyway, these are really cute. I can see lots and lots of ways to use them. And it comes, you can also purchase these little plastic, so you can make shakers, so you can put things in them. So these little plastic jars, it's just like a half that goes on the card. And then the boxes are really nice. Anyway, so here is the sunflower suite, which I have showed, I think I've showed it to you the other day when I did the box. So you could see how large these this particular die is. And so I used the other night, I was doing this video. So this is the die, and this is some of the ribbon, this yellow. And I haven't made the cards for this yet, but I do have a demo on how to make this box. And I haven't made the cards for this one, but anyway, so these aren't they beautiful? And that's layers. Okay, so there's a couple stamps. So see, you can see this. So this, you can make this any color you want. I chose to do it in espresso, which is a dark brown. And then this is, I cut this out of copper. It's a separate piece. This is a piece. The bottom piece is one, and then this little insert, which you don't have to do it in a foil. You could do it in anything, but I just thought that the copper made it pop a little bit, added a little bit of something extra. So anyway, so that's how the quality of how this comes out. It's really easy to do. It's just there's a die set that comes with it as well, and the die set has all of those things in it. So, oops, so you can see how big the die is. Yeah. So anyway, I'm not going to pull all this out because it'll be everywhere, and won't be able to find it. But anyway, if you have any specific questions, but I do have a demo on my website for this one. So this is the popular kit already, or a popular stamp set already. Lots of people are making stuff with it. And I don't have the jar set. I don't know why I didn't order it. Maybe my list was too long in the pre-order, but I didn't order it. I'm not sure why now, because now that I see it, I really want it. And then, of course, you can never have too many sentiments. And so one of the things I love about our products is we have lots and lots of sentiments for every occasion. So that's what's really great about it. This one, you could build them. So putting them together to make whatever you want. And then you can see, I didn't get the apple punch last year. You know, you could make the Halloween pumpkin with the apple punch. You could make it for apples. You could use it for teachers and that sort of stuff. But it's really fun. I don't have it. I don't know. Last year I just didn't get it because I joined in late August. So anyway, this To a Wild Rose. This is a beautiful set. I don't think I have this one. It's not new. So the other thing I'll point out in the catalog is that I really like is, see how the little tabs, the color tabs are here? So this one says all occasions. So when you look at your catalog, you can see where all of these different things are. And you can put tabs on them if you want, because they break it up into occasions and things like that. These are stamps and inks and paper. This one is called SIP. And so that I've got mine set up the way I would use them, but you know, these little tabs are really nice to have. Of course I added them, but that's that. So there's so many different sets. So this one I bought, it's called Mountain Air. And I bought this because I got an order for a card set, and I wasn't really sure what I would do with it. I mean, I lived in the mountains before we moved here, but I was like, okay, I don't know. I couldn't visualize what I wanted to do with it. But then I bought it to make a rock climbing card for a friend. And so I was playing around with it a couple weeks ago. And so I made these cards. So you build it. So you have all these little pieces, and it's not hard to do at all. But so it has a two-step stamp there if you choose to use it. I So if you wanted to do mountain layers, then you could stagger the back. In this particular one, I only stamped it once. So you could see how that is. And then this little tree line, you just stamp the little tree line. So obviously you stamp this first, and then you stamp the tree line. And I brought the tree line down just a little bit because I didn't want the trees to be up into the mountains. And so I left a little space here when I stamped it. But you can see that it has all this extra little landscape stuff there. So anyway, so that there's clouds, and there's all sorts of things in this stamp set. There's a moon, and anyway, so that's that. And I did it. I was trying to do more of a masculine card for some of for my stock, and I wanted to try. I like to keep cards on hand. So anyway, these little trees. This tree comes from a different set, but this tree I've used. You'll see it. I've done it on a different card, but here's one where I've combined other elements. So they're all just a little bit different. I put the clouds in this wood, but I like the single color look to the cards, and that's what I was experimenting with on this wood. So you could see that you could make lots and lots of different cards with this stamp set, and so I just wanted to show you the ones that I have done with that. So that gives you some ideas, I guess. And so anyway, so the poppies, the peaceful poppies have been around, like or the painted poppies, they were here last year. And some of these stamps are not new. But anyway, so this one, I was making a card from it last night, and I liked this card. I'm like, okay, I don't always make the cards that are in the book, but I do when I need a different idea or something. But this one really spoke to me, so I did this card last night, and I'll show it to you. Let's see. The stamp set is called Lovely You. So this is what it looks like, and I'm really proud of myself. I actually put all these things. It was like after midnight. And I put all these things on here. So this set, see how many this has? This has so many options to be able to, of things. There's lots of sentiments and little piece parts to it. But anyway, so it says, love is what makes us family, miles apart but still in my heart, cherished friend, trust me, you're lovely. I love, if you've watched my posts on Facebook, you know I really indulged heavily in affirmations and try to do positive posts. So anyway, so this spoke to me really a lot. And let me see if I can find my card. What did I do with it? Did I put it in here? Oh, here it is. I have a little basket of things over here. So here's the card that I made last night. And if I hadn't bought this set, I would be like, oh my gosh, I just love it. I mean, it's very simple, but it's beautiful. So all the different ones, these are all different little stamps. And this here but isn't it pretty? I mean, it's just so cheerful. So that is the Lovely You set, and it's on page 22. It's $24, and they have the Lovely Label Pick-a-Punch. So the Lovely Label Pick-a-Punch is right here. So I love my label punches. I make lots of labels. Whenever I make a gift, I always make a label, coordinate label, and a card. So I'm going to show you this one, how this works. Now, I didn't do them at the same time because if you're going to layer them, obviously, if you're going to layer them, you want the cards, you want them to be, you want to kind of measure them out beforehand, which I didn't do last night because, like I said, it was after 1 o'clock in the morning and I was still awake. So I'm going to cut this one a little bit more. So this is an inch, and this one is a 1/2 inch. Okay, so these little markers here. So this is an inch. I made it a little bit smaller than an inch because I didn't want it to be. So I trimmed it a little more. It was an inch, but it was really snug at an inch. So you push this one in here like this, and then this one. So you could go see 1/2 inch or an inch. So this is the other label. So, and if you make one smaller than the other, then you can layer them. Okay. So I don't have it. So I'm going to turn it over so you can see it. And so it goes in here, and in here. See it? So you can see it. And so normally, so if you just press it down a little bit, it'll hold the paper in place, and then you can punch it the rest of the way. And if you turn it just slightly, those things will pop out. And then, so you can see, we have these punches, and they layer really nicely here. Like that. Is that pretty? Of course, I like the gingham side. That's like layer. Then, of course, you would put these in and cut the other side. So, but when you cut your papers, 1 inch, 1/2 inch, and then when you put them together, whichever one you're going to layer, just make them slightly, the top one just slightly shorter than the other one. But also, you want to look at your card you're going to do. It's not really that complicated, but I'm just trying to save you time because I didn't necessarily do it this way. I mean, I had this really long piece. But so if you kind of look and see where you want to place it, you don't want your label to be wider than your card. And so, of course, whatever you want to do with it. But anyway, that's what this one is. So it's a 1/2 inch and 1 inch. Okay, so that's that, which I love that card. Okay, so this is the punch, and it's called the Lovely Labels Punch, and it's on page 169. I'll take you back there and show you where it is so you can see it. So what I did was I labeled my punches. I've got the stamps, ink, and paper, then I have the embellishments, and then I have the punches, and then I have the dies, and then the index. So if you are looking for something and you don't want to spend a lot of time looking for it, the index is great for that. So that's what I put, but of course you don't need to put labels on. But for me, I would just, with my squirrel issues, if I start looking at a catalog and I don't go directly where I want, I'll just get lost in this catalog. And who knows if when I get to that page, if I'll even remember why I was going there. But like this was, I was going to show you the punch, and that completely got lost. So 66, there's the apple builder pumpkin one that I was mentioning earlier. So this is the jar punch, and this is the posted for you punch, which is like the stamp punch. You can see the stamp page here, and then here is the Lovely Labels punch right here. And so you can get it as a bundle. So you can get the Lovely You stamp set that I showed you the card on, and then you could get this, and it's $42.25. And so it gives you, what's great, it gives you it gives you all of the pages and stuff if you want to go back and look at it. So our products are mentioned several different times. So anyway, this is great. It shows 3. So there must be a smaller one. Yeah, there is a smaller one. Anyway, but I only showed you 2 of them, but there's more. So this is the World of Good. And I think I did something with this too. Oh, yes, I did a video. So the other day I did, so these are the World of Good. So we'll turn beyond to these. These are Memory and More. These are Memory More cards. So, so they come like this. There's like 50 pieces. And so there's all these different things in here, right? So I used those to create this. I'll show you if those of you haven't seen my other videos. But it comes with 50 pieces, and it's $11.50. And so you could cut it all up and use it in different ways. So anyway, I had not used them before, and I'd heard about them, but it's like there's so many things in the catalog. So that's why I'm trying to orient you a little bit today. I know it's still confusing, but anyway, so this is a project that's on my website. And it's a little note card holder. Okay. And so it has the envelopes here. And then these are little stickers that come in the set. And then these are some of the cards that I made with it. So, is that pretty? But these are all the Memories and More cards. And, of course, these are our new colors. Some of our new colors. And this one is the same, it's just different cards. Anyway, so that's that. So that's part of the World of Good. You can see some of the products. It's another one of those big suites, so you get one of everything that's pictured. So it's great if you have a lot of friends that travel. in non-COVID times, or they just enjoy traveling, or, if you wanted to, if you just like the look of everything. The colors are very rich. The papers are amazing. So these papers here, there's some gold and brass. And then it tells you all the different inks that go with this particular one. So these are our new colors. Mossy Meadow is not, but early espresso. And this is a new paper that's a foil, and it's brass. It's called brass. I've got that. It's going to hopefully go in my order today. And so you could see, you could just buy the Beautiful World part of it, which has the stamps. And it coordinates with the world map dies, which are on page 174. So you could also purchase the dies if you like. So, or you could just fussy cut. This lighthouse one, I have done. I did this. I have a video on this one too. So this one is called Retiform, and so you section off pieces and stamp. But I use this this particular set for it. It's called High Tide, and so it has the lighthouse, but it's really, really, really pretty. So this is a card that I created with that one. So living near the beach, it's just the coast is really nice, and I love that they have additional guys. Well, not necessarily has to be for guys, but they're guys options. So these this one is not new, but well, yes, it is. It's new. Because I was going to say, I haven't seen this before, but this is a camping. So if you have people in your life that camp, or the games, if you like to play games, this is a really nice set. It's on my list. It's called Game On, and it comes with 8 different clings. It's on page 28. And, oops. And so this shows our little mini cutting and embossing machine that's there. And this is another set, Sailing Home, for those sailors in the group. And this one I really like. This is new. It's called Loyal Leaves. But these leaves look, I can see so many uses. You can see a card they made over here with this. Is that beautiful? So, again, you could be inspired, but I like this one stamped in white and with the ribbons. It's just really, really pretty. And then there's that one. See, that one shows the old-fashioned. It's really pretty. So some of these here, this one's new. It's called the Right Triangle. And, of course, these are really fun. This one I have done lots of times, actually. Let me see if I can find it. I don't have one here, but anyway, I've done it. I didn't pull one out because I've done it lots of times. But anyway, this one is the when I did my Pride card, which I don't have with me right now, but I used the palm trees and die cut them out. I did that video yesterday. So these, I really like the tiles. So this is a new set. It's called Today's Tiles. And it comes with, it's $21, and you can also get the field ties dies, which are on page 179. So it just gives you so many different options to do. Again, there's just endless options. But I can't wait to get this set. This is the Playful Pets set, and hopefully it won't sell out before I can order. But it's the Playful Pets Suite. And this one comes with these little embellishments. They're like looks like little bones and bow tags and stuff that you could put onto the cards. You see the little heart there. And so these are just really, 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 really cute. And then the paper is too. So that I can't wait to get and play with. So there's so many things. This is the papered pets if you just wanted to get the cling stamps. And then they have the dies. So you can buy the dies as well. And I don't know why they put the goat here, but there's a cute little goat set you'll see. And so that's the goat set that you'll see. And they have another umbrella. This is new. It's called Pretty Parasol. We have the umbrella stamp and the stamp set for the umbrellas, but this one is new. So it's a little bit fancier for for that. And then cute little elephant, we'll see soon. More balloons, which, you know, if you're going to do birthdays, balloons are perfect. And then, of course, we can't go on a vacation right now, but it's really nice that we can think about what it would be like. Or if you're at the beach, this does just look really fun. Anyway, so, and then again, we have so many more of these. And so we have these other sets that are through here. The $1 million sales achiever gets to coordinate. One of the things it gets to do is to actually help to design a stamp set. So you'll see there's several of these in the catalog, different ones in the catalog. But this one is $1 billion sales achiever Terry Gades, and so this is her. This is the one she helped to inspire. So it's really cute with a little frame and everything. So there's so many different things that you could talk about in here. And then the this one, I don't have a lot of kids stuff, but I like the unicorn and I like the little hippo and the little lamb, and they're just really, really cute for children's cards. And then of course I'm happy to see that we have a religious one here, because it's nice to be able to create cards for different occasions throughout the year. So it's really nice we have at least one of those in the catalog usually. So I'm not going to go through everything that's here, but I did want to show you this other suite. Let's see, where is this other? Oh, here's the... There's just so many. I could stay here forever and just show you all this stuff. Anyway, so here's some other build it sets. This one is really, really, here's our first Christmas. This is Peaceful Boughs. It's not new this year, but you can see that. And then this one is, you know, another build it set. And that one. So you can, oh, now we're into Christmas. So our seasonal catalog will be coming out in July, I believe, and July or August. I can't remember. They changed it, so I can't remember which one it is. But anyway, so here's the Ornate Garden, and I do have some things that I did with that suite. We could order this one. You guys could actually order it too as customers, but it's in the new catalog, and so you know I'm really big on the hugs. So I was playing with one of my little things fell off somewhere. That's what I was talking about the other day when I put the little glue dots on. Sometimes these things don't stay. So anyway, it probably was on this one. So I cut out, I didn't want to throw anything away. So I was trying, don't you love these colors? So these are all the stamps. But I cut out the letters, right? And the different colors and the hugs. And so this is, so that I use this to make this 5x7, which I had one in a frame. But anyway, so I did two different ones, right? Because I did a couple hug cards. But anyway, but these are 5x7s, so that you can frame them. So if you want to send a hug to somebody, a virtual hug in the mail that they could keep. So then my whole purpose was to make this. And then I saw, oh, I could just make another card, make something else with it. So that's why I kept those. But yeah, so here's a hug card. And so with the daisy paper, is that pretty? That's that one. And here's this one. So it has all of this stuff, really beautiful colors. I was telling somebody who lived in the 70s, like me, these remind me of 70s, 60s and 70s colors. And so anyway, so this is a really beautiful collection. And so wander through here. The papers are beautiful. All of our papers are really, really beautiful. You know, they're two-sided. So you can, there's a different pattern on the other side. And that's what they've done here. They've just, they show the reverse of what's on there. So that color is on here so you can see it. So we're on here. I used it, I thought. But anyway, so that's that. So lots and lots of stuff. These words, this is all part of the suite. And let's see, Valentine's Day. I want to show you another suite. I didn't label it because I thought I would, but I think I'm going to get lost in here. I'll get lost in the catalog again. Okay, there's this one. There's just so much. You'll have to just wander through. Or you could go online. It's online. If you don't have a catalog, you can go online and see it. And so this set I don't have yet because it wasn't available to buy, but this is called Peony Garden. And so the colors you could build your peyote here. The papers are really, really very feminine looking. And I like this set, the prized peyote. I like these flowers here, so I really like the idea of those. And let's see. Anyway, I get lost. Here's the apple punch, which when you get the stamp set, you could get the little pumpkin face to go in there, or you can always make some. And I like, this is another one of the $1 Million Sales Clubs. And this one, I don't know if you've seen Connie Stewart. If you hadn't seen Connie Stewart's, it's called Simply Simple Stamping, and she's on YouTube. She's $1 Million Sales Leader Achiever as well. And so this is what is inspired by her, which she's a kick to watch. She's very talented. What she gives you, it's amazing. So, and it's always really fast. It goes really, really fast. She's very organized, and she doesn't ramble like me. More animals, and this is a whale of a time. So this is new. So this is on my list again because I love the water, the turtle. There's a turtle in here, and all the little jellyfish, and of course there's the cute little whale. So this is an actual punch as well, the whale. And so and then it has all these little, so we could buy the suite again, which will have one of everything in it, which is kind of nice if you like it, because it has the ribbon, which the ribbon is really, really pretty blue color. So anyway, I wanted to show you that one. And then of course you could just get the whale done, which is the polymer stamps, and then you could get the whale builder. Here, make the whale. And again, they're going to probably come up with something to make out of that. I don't know what, but there's always something that happens. That whale will become something else with that punch. Lots of kids stuff, which is really, really nice. If you have young children or grandchildren, it's really nice to have that. Let's see. So, Field of Flowers, I showed you that one. Oh, no, I didn't show you the Field of Flowers. That one. Let me find that card. Where is it? Here. Oh, it's not there. Oh, well, I'll run across that soon. But I have all these different cards. Oh, here it is. So this one I didn't show you on the Field of Flowers, but I made this one last night too. It's in the book. And it's a one, I just made it like a postcard. So you could just slide it in. You could write on the back, write your note. And so these little, I don't think I've run across this yet, but this is the punch that you have with it. And I was like, what does this do? It's called a border. But what it does is it punches out these little flowers. And of course, now that I've done it a couple times to get all these little flowers and picking some up off the floor, they just pop and they go everywhere. So I need to put it inside a box when I do it, so that they won't go everywhere. So this one is just an on-off stamp of the flower to build this. And then, of course, this is a piece of DSP back here. And then, so you stamp the grass, and then these little flowers I fussy cut it about. And I use a different sentiment than what's in the book. But anyway, I thought it was cute. And I decided to make it more like a postcard. So you could just slide this in. So it's, we don't have to have cards that open like that. This one, you could actually put it like on an easel. You could make this and send a little easel with it, and your friend could just keep it setting up on an easel. Because it's just a really pretty card. And you could add an extra piece of paper here behind it if you wanted to make it a little bit stiffer, but it's pretty sturdy. I don't think it would curl unless you live in a really humid area. But anyway, it would be cute on a little easel. So anyway, that's that. And if I run across that field of flowers, I'll show you apologize for, I was going to do this in like 10 minutes, but I realized when I got into the catalog, and there's the little goat. That just doesn't sound like it. Send somebody a card for an old goat. Okay, so here's Forever Greenery, and these colors are very rich. And if you watch my video the other night, you'll see I made this box, and I used the Forever Greenery papers and punches, and so these are some of the cards that I made with that suite. So this is, the paper is two-sided, so you can see both sides. And anyway, so that's that. And then I stamped on the envelopes. I try to always stamp something on my envelopes. And so anyway, that's this. And that's this suite. So these are just stamp on it offs. And then, of course, you stamp the card, and then you put this little piece. Because the card stock is so beautiful, I didn't really want to cover it up. And so, anyway, so you can see how I was doing that. But they're beautiful little. This box has all birthday cards in it. And anyway, that's that one. And then this one is also for the same suite. And it's, they're similar, but not the same. So you can see these are the opposite back of other side of the paper. Aren't they beautiful? I mean, I just can't imagine who wouldn't love getting them. So I love this dark color. It's just really, really pretty. So anyway, I haven't posted the. I did the video, but I haven't posted the blog done yet. I've just been so busy trying to keep up with all the stuff that's going on around me. Anyway, so that's the Forever Greenery. So you could get the whole suite, or you could buy the parts that you like, or that you think you want to start out with. And another water one. And this one, lots of water things. And this one, I love this one. And it's called Beautiful Friendship. And I use it a lot. Because it's just has so many options for it. But this is another Retiform card that I created using this suite. So you can see the beauty of the stamps. So anyway, so that's that one. And let's see, that one I highly recommend. It's just beautiful. It really is just beautiful. This one, this is the little flower one I was showing you. So this one is called Feel the Flowers. So I have the stamp set. Let me show it to you what it does. Feel the Flowers. So here's the stamp set. So it comes, you can see, it has this piece here, which is the grass that's done here, right? And so it's much longer. So this is I cut this size down. Obviously, you can see that I cut it down. It's like 3 by 2.5 or something like that. And then, of course, it has, I didn't use this one, but it has all these little, they look like little carnations or something. And then, of course, who doesn't love the dragonflies? And so anyway, so that's this. And so these little flowers, you stamp these flowers on your stock paper, right? Whatever color you want. And then, so you stamp it on the stock, and then you put the stock in here, okay? And then you line up, when you do this, you line this up. This lines up perfectly with that. So you've already stamped this first. And then whatever color your flowers are, you just line it up in there and then punch it, and it comes out. And that's why they go woo everywhere. But anyway, so that's that one. So that's how that works. But so that's called Feel the Flowers, which is it's really simple the way it looks. But look at that. Isn't it pretty? It's really pretty. I think there's so many ways you could use it. So that's what I like about it. But it's simple. You get $17 and you get 14 stamps. And there are all these little ones. So you could build any kind of card you want. You could put them on tags or whatever. It's just very simplistic, but very usable. So for those of you who like to just, create your own things, it's just, there's so many options with it. So think about that one. And then this is the birds. I have this set, but I haven't played with it. Birds and branches yet, but I love birds. We have our second clutch of bluebirds at one of our bird houses now. So this is the In Good Taste suite, which I have the papers for these. And this texture, I told you I like texture. This is the paper. That paper. Isn't it gorgeous? It looks woven. So it really speaks to me because I'm a weaver as well. So it speaks to me that way. And I just love this whole, the papers are very rich and vibrant. So there's tile and there's wood flooring, wood panels and all different types of tile. So you could use it for a storyboard, but look at all the different things you could do with it. It's just so many different things. So it comes with, or you could get this Tasteful Touches. So this stamp set, which I was going to do something with last night, but I didn't get a chance to. The time got away from me. But anyway, so this is the cling set. So you can see the details and things. I love the feather. You can see how they've used it, but there's lots of things in it. There's also a die set that called Tasteful Labels. It goes somewhere. Maybe that's something. I don't know. Who knows? So much going on right now. I haven't had enough coffee. Okay, so here's the Tasteful Touches that I just showed you. Isn't it pretty? So it's $23 in accordance with the Tasteful Labels dies, which I was trying to see, which are these. So that's those. And so here's our papers. And so this begins this section. So when you're looking at the papers, we have the bright collection, the neutral collection, the regals, and the subtles. Okay, so you could buy them individually in 8.5 by 11 cardstock or 12 by 12 cardstock, but it comes with 24 sheets if you buy individual colors. What I do quite often is I buy the set because I get, which I'm looking for where the set is, if they're still selling the set. Cardstock, 24 sheets. I don't see it there. I'll have to check on that. But normally there's a collection, or at least in the past there's been a collection. And so maybe it's on a different page. Let's see. Usually the collections are, normally when you buy a collection, you get like 2 of each of these in there, or you could buy them individually. So you can get the stamp pads, the ink refills, which are little bottles of ink to refill. If your stamps needs more ink, or for other projects where you use it. And then these are the Stampin' blends. So now the Stampin' blends are these. These are Stampin' blends. And they used to be sold individually, but now they're sold as a set. So you get the light. It's the same price as 2 before, but you get the light and the dark in there. It's you get like a brush end and a lighter end. So they look like that for the brush end, and then the lighter right is that way. So anyway, so that's how they're sold. They're in different places, and these are the new colors. So we have colors that stay from 20 to 22. So these are the newest colors. There's Cinnamon Cider, Just Jade, Bumblebee, and Magenta Madness, and Misty Moonlight. I have the papers, I don't have the ink yet. And so then our 2019 to 2021 are the Rococo Rose, Terracotta, the Pretty Peacock, which is that dark color I showed you on those cards, Seaside Spray, and Purple Posy. But anyway, so this is where you'd find all of those. And then these are the stamp refills. Okay, here's the assortments. So it's just on a different page now. So what I was going to say to you is in the beginning, and I still do it, I buy assortments because sometimes I'm not sure what colors I want to use, and so which ones I'm going to favor. So I just buy the assortments, which has 20 sheets, 2 of each of the colors. So they have in each of the collections. And then, so that's the 8.5 by 11, and these are the 12 by 12 cardstock. So, excuse me, if you do other projects where you would need larger pieces than the 8.5 by 11, then you could purchase these for that. And then we have our designer series papers, which are the 6 by 6s, and so you could get the assortments. And I do have it. So you could buy an assortment. So this one is for the end colors, and so these are the patterns that are in. So all of the different sets will have the same pattern. So you can see this is like a denim, but this is in the magenta color, and so you can see it has the polka dots on that side. So it has the denim color here, but it's really not denim. It's that other color, Misty Midnight or something. I'm sorry, I don't know I haven't learned all the names off the bat yet. But anyway, so then there's like a wood grade. But all of these patterns will be in all of the collections. Okay, so you have all the different ones. If that makes sense to you. So if you bought the brights or the neutrals or the regals or the subtles, they're all going to be in the same pattern. And then, so then here is another paper assortment for the end colors. So this one has the 2022 colors and the 1921 colors. And then the Stampin' Right markers, you can buy them in assortments too. And so they look like this. and so they have the same, it's the same two tips on them. So you could use those for, this is where you would purchase those. And you get 5 markers each in these. And then you could buy these are 10 markers. And so these are all the collections because there's 10 colors in each one of these. So anyway, sorry, I'm losing my voice. And I just, the organizing, this is very reasonable storage. I just invested in this a couple of weeks ago because I had stuff all over the place, and it's, I have it's just so hard to see it. So now you can't see this, but on my desktop now, I have them in like this, which is really nice. And I have the blends in over here on this side. So yeah, so it's just, it's really reasonable to do. It's probably better to do it as you go along, because you could just, as you buy something, you buy the pieces. But anyway, I hadn't decided how I wanted to set my studio up, so I hadn't made a purchase. And so I finally decided, when I got these IKEA tables, that's what I was going to do. So anyway, so these are some more of the things. And here's the papers. You can't go wrong with any of these papers. They're all gorgeous. But these are the different papers, and they're in each of the suites, and then they're also pictured here. So for your ease to find, and then all the different ones. And again, here's a closer up picture of those 6x6 designer series papers. You can see the colors and the patterns in them. So, and then here's I don't know if you do a lot of scoring. The scoring board is really nice to have. When I'm doing my boxes and stuff, I use it because I'm doing so many multiple scores. And then, of course, you could score with the paper trimmer, because it has a scoring one right here. There's a cut. The lighter color one is for scoring, and the darker one is for cutting. So anyway, that's that. And then all the different papers. And then here's embellishments. So the bling and so many different options to step up your cards. So you could, if you want to add some more things to them, that's the purpose of the embellishments. Just pops them up. And then additional pieces, like these little jar lids that go for there. There's a little, if you wanted some more dog things, little dog tag things, they're there. So you could buy extra ones of those. And these little wooded leaf things, I have those. I haven't used them on a card. When I bought the suite, it came in there, so this is what they look like. They're in good taste elements, but looks like there's holes in there. But I didn't make a card last night for that, or since then. But anyway, so here's some of the paper snips. These are the basic supplies that you need to really do anything. And then, of course, our ribbons are really, really, really good quality. And so here's the new colors that are in, and very, very pretty. So lots of different options with ribbons if you want to add. Again, that steps your card up. So if you want to step your cards up a little bit, you could consider buying some of that. And then we have new, this will be new to all of us, but we have, we're not carrying this snail anymore. It kind of looks like a snail, but it's a different snail. It's a more modern snail. So anyway, but there you'll see this is what we have now. It's called Stampin' Seal. And so it's number 6, Stampin' Seal. Instant Bond Permanent Adhesive, holds cardstock and ribbon. And then 7 is Instant Bond Permanent Adhesive, strong seal, adheres 3D projects and heavier layers securely. So this number 7 is the heavyweight. And then 6 is which you would probably similar to what we have today on the snail. I use a lot of tear and tape because the snail isn't as sturdy, so I use a lot of tear and tape when I want something to really hold, but it'd be interesting to try this and see how this works. And then I use a lot of Tombow. This white glue is really nice. And then this one has a really fine tip on it, so if you're doing really tiny things, that's perfect for that. So we also have the dimensionals down here, but you'll see we have them in black as well. And so the white ones come, or they both do, they come in different sizes, the small and the large. So that's where all of these are. It's on page 162. And the blocks, this is a really good investment for the blocks. If you buy, I use all of them actually. And so it's nice. I use a lot of D. So I have a few Ds because I try to put all my stuff on. If you're doing classes, It's nice to have more of these because then you could push them around. You don't have to have everybody waiting, to use that particular one. So this is a good size. These are a good size. But if you buy the whole set, it's $71.50, and then the box is nice if you need to store them. I have this when I'm going somewhere and I want to take them with me, but I leave them on my desktop when I'm here. But it's nice to protect them and store them there. So, and then of course the grid paper. This is the grid paper. A little goes a long ways. This is 100 sheets, and I go through like a page every day or so because it's like a placemat. It gets dirty. It gets really dirty, and I write a lot of notes on them, so sometimes I keep them for the notes. But anyway, and then the Stamparatus is is really great for that. I don't use this as much as I should, but if you make a lot of the same card, or if it's a complicated card, it's really nice for that because you could put everything on. If it doesn't stamp just right, you can restamp it. It just lines everything up perfectly, and so it's wonderful. I haven't spent as much time on it, I'll admit, but I have it, and I have used it, but I don't spend as much time with it. It's not on my desktop, which if I put it on my desktop, I'd probably use it more. And then we go in the whole punch section. So you could get lost in punches, but anyway, so these are the punches. Of course, the circle punches are a really good investment. And this one is the detailed trio. So this one, I didn't know what it was for a long time. I was like, how do you round your edges? I was just cutting them myself, but this particular stamp, well, you could do your round edges, which I don't know where mine is. But anyway, it works really well. So it could make, I haven't used these, but these, I guess they make little holes or something. I don't know. They do, but I haven't used them. I use this one quite often when I want to do something rounded. So I didn't even know we had it until one day I was like, saw with somebody doing it. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know this. Because, of course, the catalog's big. And and here's the apple punch. I was telling you about the apple pumpkin. And so there's lots and lots and lots and lots of ones. And then I showed you these earlier. The tag punches are really nice. I use those all the time. And they come in handy for lots of different things. I'm not sure. We don't have a date when this is going to be available, but hopefully it'll be available this year. But there's two of them. So there's the smaller one and the larger one. They are not automatic. You do have to still crank them. And so then here's all the things that go with it. But can't really buy it right now, so I wouldn't waste any time on that. So just spend your money on these other things. So when that comes out, you can deal with it. So here's more cut. And so these are the embossing. This is the embossing area. So I had this tagged with dies. So there's all these sets. So the sets will be showed with the particular in the other parts of the catalog, but this is where everything is. So and it's really nice how they've got the cards that they show the sets all together, so you can actually get the bundle, so you can see the stamps, the clink stamps, add those together, which is really, really nice to do. The other catalog, it wasn't that way. So these layering ovals and circles and squares are real nice. If you need to buy something, if you want to buy something that you could use lots of ways, that's perfect for that. All the nested labels, the rectangles and shapes. It just gives you so many options to use. So think about those. And then the embossing folders are I don't know. There's just it steps up your cards. But so you could see this particular one that I use this one. Been using this one lately because it's on my table, so I've been using it a lot more. But I like it. It's pretty. But anyway, so there's so many different ones. The tree one, the woodland trees, is really pretty. Christmas, you do it in white, and they put little red birds in the tree. You'll see pictures of it. So we could order at the beginning as demonstrators. We could order these two sets, and so I was going to make something. So maybe I'll make something with them soon. But here's the two sets. So I absolutely love the summer day one. So it's got a little bunny here, and a cat, and a dog, and a girl reading, and a boy flying a kite. And look at that little road, country road. There's just an apple, butterflies, and clouds. So it'll be really, really cute to make seeds with. You can see how detailed the seeds are, detailed the stamps are. So this, if you're a host, if you want to host a party, you could be eligible for these things. So it talks about, you could host a party, you could do a virtual party right now. And so here's what the sales are and how much you get in rewards for based on your sales. And so here's this. So then this one is called Touch by Heart. And so it's just really beautiful. You can see this is the heart, the sentiments, and there's a really cute butterfly, which you can see the butterfly right there. See it? Is that cute? So with sympathy for the beautiful ways you touch my heart. The sentiments are just amazing. So, and then at the back, we talk about joining. So if you just love making cards, you love Stampin' Up, you could be a demo. You could start out as a hobbyist, and but you could join for $99, and you get $125 worth of products. And if you joined during June, I think you get actually get a stamp, an extra stamp. You get to choose a different stamp set. But anyway, so you get to pick out what you want in your kit. It does, the kit does come with business products as well, which they just come with it. But so you'll get that, and you'll get a paper pumpkin. It won't be the most current month. It's usually just one of the months they'll send you a paper pumpkin with it. But then in addition to all of that, you could pick out your stuff. So for $99 you could join, and you get $125 worth of stuff. And then it basically works out to spending like $100 a month, $300 a quarter, and you could do that through getting orders for other people or just your own purchases and stuff like that. So anyway, so that's how that works. And if you want to be on a team, I would love to have you. I'm growing my team, and you don't have to live in New Bern. I have one in California, one in Virginia. So it's just, we have so many ways of communicating now, so we don't need to be in the same city for everything. Anyway, so the index, if you just don't want to go through, the name of the set that you want, the index is at the back, and so it tells you the page number and everything right here. So this is perfect for that. And and then here for the accessories, if you want to know where something is, whatever, a bone folder or whatever, it tells you the page number. So you don't have to, I've looked through the catalog in the past few times and never been able to see exactly what I wanted. And it would have been much easier for me just to come back to the index, but it's like I don't think about it all the time. But anyway, so that's that. And let's see, I have something else. Do I have anything else to show you? Let's see. I might have something else. If I did it show. Oh, here's another card that I made with the sunflowers. But this set is not current. It's in retirement, newly retired. But this is the sunflower that we had before. But if you have this one, this is a sample of a card. So anyway, tonight, join me tonight at 7 o'clock. I'm just going to do a replay of this at 6. So it'll be there for anybody that wants to see it. But at 7 o'clock, I'll be doing my Wind Down Wednesday. And I haven't decided what I'm going to demo yet. But it'll be fun, I'm sure. So if you have time, stop by around 7 tonight, and we'll do a project together, okay? Well, you guys have a wonderful day, and if you want to place an order, Eastern Standard Time is at 2 o'clock, so we'll be able to get on and crash the system probably, place your orders. There's some things that are probably going to sell out, so if you really want something, it's probably a good idea to try to put that in as soon as you can today or tonight, just to make sure you get it. But who knows? Who knows? All right. Well, God bless. And you guys have a wonderful day. And happy Wednesday. All right. Goodbye.